Let's turn next to the northern border with Lebanon. There are concerns about a second front there, about this spilling over elsewhere into the region. The Israeli military has exchanged fire with Hezbollah militants for days now. It's the deadliest escalation with that group in nearly 20 years. In response, as we were reporting yesterday, Israel has set up an isolation zone and evacuated 28 communities on the Israeli side of the border. The IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, says this morning it has killed 4 suspected militants who attempted to infiltrate the border crossing there. Let's go live to Beirut and reporter Mia Alberti, who has the latest on fighting there on that northern border. Mia.
Yes, we haven't heard any confirmation from Hezbollah or from the Lebanese authorities about those casualties, about that so-called infiltration, which most of the times happen in disputed areas. So it is quite an interpretation there. But we do know that Hezbollah has retaliated against that attack by shelling and destroying a tank in the town of Metula, which is one of the towns that you just mentioned there, that received that evacuation order on Monday, with the Israeli forces now urging citizens that stayed behind to leave immediately. And Israeli forces have now replied to that attack that so far we do not know if it has caused casualties or not. And Israeli are, as we speak, they are shelling these next to these towns, next to the border with Israel, so that border region again flaring up on Tuesday, still very early in the day here in Lebanon, for this to be happening. And we also heard from the Lebanese foreign minister saying that Hezbollah is putting oil onto fire. So a lot of concern there. And we have been hearing throughout the show that Canada has advised people not only to not come to Lebanon, but for the Canadian citizens here to leave Lebanon while there are commercial flights, as we are starting to see some airlines to cancel their flights. So really, it seems like the situation is just really moving forward to a place that nobody really wants it to go.
Mia, the Biden administration has warned Iran against escalating this crisis, but Iran's leaders, indeed supreme leader, has issued a warning of his own this morning. What are we hearing out of Iran?
Absolutely, and this is just a perfect example of a proxy war, and Lebanon just being the board of this game, basically, between the United States and Israel playing here in Lebanon. Basically, the Iranian supreme leader on Tuesday blamed the United States in response to what the United States said, blamed the United States for what is happening in Gaza, and said that if Israel does not stop the genocide, calling it a genocide in Gaza, then the Muslim world will have no alternative but to attack Israel, and then they cannot be stopped. And we also just heard from the Iran's Guards deputy chief saying, quote, another shockwave is on the way if Israel does not end atrocities in Gaza. And that's what all of us here in Lebanon are trying to decipher, if Hezbollah will get involved or not. If it does, the price will most likely be paid by Lebanese citizens, and people here are quite aware of that.